here we are for the end of Ivy and Bean Break the Fossil Record. The second to last chapter is called The Bones of Mystery. And here's the picture of all the kids just clamoring to get into Bean's backyard. Here we go. The Bones of Mystery. Bean! Ivy! Squalled a voice. Open the gate! I'm going to have to run away, thought Bean. She stood up, preparing for takeoff. Open up, you guys! That was Leo. I'm going to be late for practice. I'm running away, said Bean. It was nice knowing you, she said to her dad. Wait a second, said Ivy. She looked at Bean's dad. You don't know what these are the bones of, do you? Nope, can't say that I do, he said. So you're saying these bones are pretty mysterious, aren't you? Asked Ivy. Sure, they're pretty mysterious. The most mysterious bones you've ever seen? He smiled. You bet. Ivy nodded. Good. Bean! Ivy turned to Bean. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. She walked calmly toward the back gate and opened it. Oh my gosh, look at all of those kids. People streamed in. Bean couldn't believe how many there were. Vanessa, Drew, Doucet, Emma, Zuzu, Sophie W. and Sophie S., Marco, Anya, Nashim, Jared, Leo with 5 guys she didn't know, Leo's sister Kiki, Isaiah, 2 4th-grade girls who Bean didn't know the names of, Leanne from down the street, the skinny little 1st grader, along with about 6 other skinny little 1st graders, some tiny brothers and sisters, and assorted moms. Hi, said Bean in a small voice. What was she going to say to all these people? What happens next? Bean's dad whispered in her ear. I don't know, said Bean nervously. The tiny kids started playing in Bean's playhouse, and the moms stood around the edges of the yard looking like they were late for something else. But the big kids crowded around Ivy and Bean. They didn't look really friendly. So, let's see the dinosaur bones, said Vanessa. Yeah, squeaked the skinny 1st grader. Showtime. Then Bean heard Ivy take a deep breath. Attention, please, Ivy called. She climbed up onto the trampoline and stood there, looking down at everyone. I have an announcement. What do you think she's going to announce? What? Said Leo. Not even Mary Anning was as brave as Ivy, Bean thought. She felt suddenly lighter. The crowd grew quiet, watching Ivy. She cleared her throat. This afternoon, we had a visit from an expert, and he told us that these, Ivy pointed to the bones, are not, I repeat, not dinosaur bones. She looked at the crowd below her. The expert was unable to identify these bones. He says these are the most mysterious bones he has ever seen. Because of that, he has decided to name them the Bones of Mystery. Wow, Bones of Mystery, that's exactly what they were. Bean climbed onto the trampoline and stood beside Ivy. These are the bones of a creature never before seen, she said in a loud voice. Possibly a man-eating, saber-toothed, deadly clawed creature. We will let you know what the creature is as soon as studies have been done, said Ivy. We regret any inconvenience. There was a silence. Ivy and Bean looked down at the kids standing around the trampoline. They looked back. Finally, the skinny 1st grader said, Can I touch the bones of mystery? You may, said Bean, feeling like a queen. Kids quickly clustered around the bones, inspecting them and fingering their dirty dryness. Then Bean's dad spoke up. I have an announcement too, he said. Banana bread will be served in just a moment. Guests are invited to jump on the trampoline in the meantime. Cool, said Doucet, dropping his bone. Let me up there. Me too, yelled Emma. I bet I can do a flip. So can I, said Zuzu. There was a rush for the trampoline. Ivy and Bean climbed down to let the others up. Vanessa stood nearby. I told you they weren't dinosaur bones, she said. Bean sucked in her breath. She knew what she had to say. You were right and we were wrong, she said. Probably. I think it's pretty exciting to find a creature that's never before been seen, said Ivy, especially a saber-toothed one. Have some banana bread, said Bean's dad, coming up to them with a plate piled high. Thanks, said Vanessa. She took 2 pieces. Leo was poking the bones with his foot. Bones of mystery, he said. You guys are wacko. Ivy and Bean looked at each other. That's what they said about Mary Anning. There they are. The last chapter is called Another Day, Another Record. There's Bean and her dad. The banana bread ran out quickly, but nobody left. Kids were digging and jumping and running around. The first graders were spraying the hose into Bean's hole. The moms were standing in a circle, chatting. Bean found her dad sitting on the stairs. Will you go get your camera? She asked. Please. He put his arm around her. Why? I think I'm breaking a record, Bean said. Oh, yeah? What record? Biggest playdate ever. Come on, go get the camera. You have to have proof. Bean gave him a shove. Okay. He got up and went inside. Ivy climbed the stairs and sat next to her. I'm still bummed that they aren't dinosaur bones, she said. Yeah, Bean said. She was still bummed too. She had really wanted to be the youngest paleontologist in the world. She looked over the backyard full of kids. Maybe it wasn't going to be the biggest playdate in the world either. She should probably have a backup. I think I should try to break glass by screaming again. A wine glass, not an animal. Ivy nodded. A wine glass would be easier. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Bean's dad came back out on the porch with the camera. What are you going to do tomorrow? He asked. Bean and Ivy smiled at each other. Never mind, said Bean. The end.